Hey everyone, and welcome to This Explainer. If you've ever felt like mastering your own impulses is just this exhausting everyday battle, believe me, you are absolutely not alone. Today, we're totally decoding the psychology behind the dopamine detox. And mastering your impulses, it isn't just about having good discipline. It's literally the superpower you need to achieve ultimate focus and really build your empire.
So we have to start with a pretty heavy, confronting question. Why is the modern mind so weak, distracted, and unmotivated? I mean, think about it. You sit down to do some deep, meaningful work, and suddenly your mind goes completely blank, and you're just craving a distraction. Why does this happen so consistently to so many of us today? Well, let's get right into it with Section 1, the hijacked modern mind.
The truth is, your brain has literally been hijacked. Modern technology isn't just some neutral tool sitting on your desk anymore. It is a deliberate trap for your mind. You aren't just randomly lacking willpower on a Tuesday afternoon. You're actually fighting a system that is meticulously designed to capture and hold on to your attention.
And this hijack, it happens through these specific daily microactions. Every single notification that pings, every endless scroll through a feed, these really aren't harmless pastimes. They are literal hits of cheap dopamine. They're precisely engineered by developers to steal your focus away from what actually matters in your life.
Right, so what happens next? Let's look at Section 2, the cost of cheap dopamine.
This external hijack triggers a really tragic internal cascade. It's a chain reaction. First, you constantly feed your brain cheap entertainment. That chemically destroys your internal drive to achieve anything real. And because of that chemical shift, hard work suddenly feels totally impossible. Your brain just rejects the difficult path. Ultimately, you lose your edge entirely, basically trading your competitive advantage for instant comfort.
The sheer tragedy of this hijacked state really comes down to this stark warning. Stop trading your future for a 5-second distraction. Wow, that is an incredibly powerful way to frame the reality of our everyday choices, isn't it? It perfectly highlights the hidden cost of sacrificing your ultimate potential just for a fleeting digital hit. So how do we break out of this? That brings us to Section 3, the top 1%. There is a massive, massive divide in how people handle this. 99% of people, the masses, are completely trapped consuming cheap dopamine, losing their edge every single day. But a tiny 1% sliver, the elite, well, they understand the trap. They deliberately opt out. They absolutely refuse to play the modern game of constant distraction. The elite mind understands a fundamental difference here. While the masses are out there settling for instant pleasure and cheap entertainment, the elite recognize that true power actually comes from delayed gratification. They actively choose the rigor and the challenge of deep work over the weakness of a quick fix. And this leads to one of the most fascinating, kind of counterintuitive points of all. They actually embrace boredom. Crazy, right? Unlike the constantly stimulated masses, who basically panic at a mere moment of silence, the elite utilize boredom as a strategic tool. When you aren't distracted by constant inputs, your mind is finally free to generate true power, deep focus, and those really innovative ideas. Okay, so let's talk about the solution in Section 4, the mental reset. It is so absolutely crucial to redefine this concept. A dopamine detox is not a punishment. It isn't some trendy, miserable restriction that's just meant to make you unhappy. No, it is a mandatory psychological reset. It's designed to help you completely take back control of your mind from those digital hijackers. By actively cutting out the noise, you literally force your brain to rewire itself. You train it to find joy in the grind again. And this isn't just about working harder for the sake of it, It's about fundamentally reclaiming your attention and your energy. You're actively rebuilding your capacity to execute the hard work required to build your empire. If you take away anything today, let it be this ultimate empowering mantra. Starve your distractions and feed your focus. You have to completely cut off the supply of easy dopamine so that your focus finally has the pure fuel it needs to thrive. Master your mind or let the world master you. So which will you choose? It's a choice you honestly have to make every single day. Just think about that the very next time you feel the urge to endlessly scroll. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and hey, good luck out there.